I'm going to read chapter 1, verse 1. 1 John. Chapter 1, I'm reading verse 1. Hear what John wrote here, because it's part of the statement made by Luke there. In John chapter 1, verse 1, that which was from the beginning, which we have heard, which we have seen with our eyes, which we have looked upon, and our hands have handled of the word of life. Can you see the uncertainty? They said, look, they don't tell us cock and bull story. You are saying the truth. If you're going to kill us, kill us. That's why they die as martyrs. Let's try to understand the scripture. And that's why God has raised me up. And you should listen attentively when I'm here. I'm so glad with Luke here. He wrote succinctly to avoid confusion as it goes to another age. He knows that what is writing we get to us here. We get to the whole world. And so he wrote clearly, because the writer is a poet. And he wrote like whom those people who had the Spirit of God. It's sad that wrong people took over after they killed them. And since then, it has just been this mad gospel. A rush after money. Madness. Sometimes I just look at these people. Do they know it was money that killed Judas? Why are they putting their heads into this now? Oh, sad. All right. But I must emphasize this. These verses 1 to 4. You see, he saw the need for consolidation of top people's knowledge about God. That's the beautiful thing about what Paul has done here, or Luke rather. He wrote to Theophilus because he knew he had heard about Jesus, but then he needed to consolidate it, to explain, because he happens to be his friend. And that's how to handle the church. Look at Galatians chapter 2 and see the same thing that Paul did. See, I'm repeating, this leadership of the church, discipleship, like being overall, is not for mediocres. It's not. That's why everything is with. And those of your people that are there, I call them mediocres as well. Those with degrees. Whatever they say, they call themselves PhD, LLB in theology. I think they are mediocre. They don't know nothing. That's why they are just, extorting people, fleecing people. Look at John, look at Paul here. I'm reading the book of Galatians, and this will interest. That's what this Luke has done in Genesis chapter 2. Genesis. Or rather, I'm sorry, Galatians. Look at chapter 2, verse 2. And I went up by revelation and communicated unto them that gospel which I preach among the Gentiles, but privately to them which are of reputation, lest by any means I should run or had run in vain. Can't you see strategic preaching? I've been in a ministry where strategic preaching was done, and I was part of it. This ministry organized a special program for the rich people, and some of us who are well-read were deployed there to handle it. And I can tell you, we did great things there. Great things, we did it there. But then, rascals came in with a different objective, and they messed it up. From other ministries, you know what they did? When they see that top people are getting saved through that initiative of that ministry where it was. That's how this horrible so-called church, Pentecostal nonsense, had to introduce another similar something, but just, water down the qualification and announcing anybody can come. Once you are educated, it makes you a pastor. Once you are read, it makes you, a deacon. And collecting money, the highest bidder takes the highest position, and just mess everything up completely. And I remember our leader then, because he's a forthright leader, sound. He told us we are closing this program. Because, all these rich people, they ran to that nasty place called church, where they are giving them, people that we are still training. They ran there, and this idiot started giving them position. Pastor